We've already seen the basics of algebra so far as quant part of CAT is concerned. For those who missed these videos, they are already uploaded on the channel. You can go and view them. Now we will start with the questions from past CAT papers so far as this section algebra is concerned. We'll be taking a set of 5 questions all from past CAT papers and we will be solving. So let's begin. These are the set of 5 questions which we'll be discussing in this video. For those who have not solved these already, please pause this video, try to solve all of these and then start looking at the solutions. So the first question asks the values of x that satisfy this inequality. So there are two methods. Method 1 is normal method. Let us first see method 1. Taking x power 1 by 3 as some a, we will be getting a plus a square minus 2 is less than or equal to 0. You can then factorize it, right, is less than or equal to 0. Then you get a plus 2 into a minus 1 is less than or equal to 0. Your graph will then be something like this, where which is greater than 1 would be positive, less than minus 2 will be negative. So your a essentially lies between minus 2 and 1, and because a is x power 1 by 3, x will lie between minus 8 and 1. So this is your answer. There is method 2 where you will use the options. So in the options, if you see, you have minus 8 to plus 8 covered, and some of the options include this 1 and minus 1 also. So this will be my 0. So this will be minus 1 and 1. So let me first see whether x is equal to 0 is a part of the solution or not. If x is equal to 0, your LHS will be minus 2 and hence it should be a part of the solution. Let us take x is equal to 8. In that case, x power 1 by 3 is 2 and x power 2 by 3 is 4 minus 2. So this is not a part of solution because this is positive. X is equal to minus 8 would give me x power 1 by 3 is minus 2 and x power 2 by 3 is minus 2 whole square. So that is 4 plus 4 minus 2, and this will be equal to 0. So this is also part of the solution. So my plus 8 is not a part of solution, and my minus 8 is a part of solution which includes 0. So your answer is B in method 2 also, right? So this method 2 you can use for any of these inequalities just by substituting. You should be smart enough not to take some value of x which is very difficult for you to get the values. Because it is x power 1 by 3, you should take something which has a cube root. And in this case, it so happened that the extremes and the extremes have a cube root. So it's very easy to take that and solve by this method if you are very uncomfortable with method 1. So now let us go to second question. Let us now look at question 2. In question 2, they are asking the number of real roots of the equation a square by x plus b square by x minus 1 equal to 1, where a and b are real numbers and not equal to 0 simultaneously. So this means that they are asking the number of real roots of the equation where a equal to b equal to 0 is not the case. It's not possible. So what are the possible cases? Both a and b not equal to 0. So this is case 1. Case 2 is when a equal to 0 but b not equal to 0. And case 3 is when b equal to 0 and a is not equal to 0. So let us take case 2 and case 3 first, because these are equal. When a equal to 0 and b not equal to 0, then you will have x equal to b square plus 1. So there will be one root here. So this is case 2. In case 3, when b is 0 and a is not equal to 0, you will have x is equal to a square. So in this case also you have one root. This is case 3. Let us now look at case 1. Case 1 is where both a and b are not equal to 0. In that case, let us take the LCM and expand LCM and find what we are getting as an expression. A square into x minus 1 plus b square into x by x into x minus 1. Let me take it to the other side. You have x square minus x. So bringing everything to one side, we have x square minus x minus a square x plus a square minus b square x is equal to 0. This gives x square minus x into 1 plus a square plus b square plus a square equal to 0. Now we need to find the discriminant of this to understand the nature of the roots of this equation. So discriminant is equal to b square minus 4ac of the equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So now let us write that discriminant. Now in this case that will be equal to 1 plus a plus b square wholes 1 plus a square plus b square whole square, minus square will anyways be plus, minus 4 into a square. So this is of the form a square minus b square. So this can be written as 2a whole square. So that gives 1 plus a square plus b square plus 2a and into 1 plus a square plus b square minus 2a. Now this is anyways positive because a square is positive, b square is positive, and plus 2a, right? So irrespective of whether a is positive or negative, you have a square, you have b square, and you have 1. So what essentially is happening, if you observe, is, let me write it simply for you, b square plus a plus 1 whole square, a square plus 2 into a plus 1. So this is always positive. Similarly, here you have b square plus a minus 1 whole square. So as both of them are positive, this discriminant is always positive. Now if the discriminant is positive, that means the roots are real. So if the discriminant is equal to 0, then the roots are equal. If the discriminant is greater than 0, then the roots are distinct and real, right? This is the case when discriminant is positive. So hence there will be 2 real roots in this case. So this is in case 1. So from case 2, 3 and 1, we have either 1 root or 2 roots. So the answer is C. Let's move to next. So this question is very simple question. It is just asking the sum of the coefficients of an expression. So you can simply find the sum of coefficient of an expression f of x by replacing x is equal to 1. Right? So let us just find f of 1. That will be 1 minus 1 whole power 9 into something. So this is 0. So the answer would be 0. Let us move to question 4. Both the roots of x square plus rx plus s equal to 0 are real and greater than 1. If capital R is equal to so and so, then what is the value of capital R? So one way to do this is you can take a value of the roots which is greater than 1. So you can take the roots as alpha and beta. You can take a case where alpha equal to beta equal to 2, right? Both the roots are greater than 1, or 3, or you can take alpha 2 and beta 3. I'm just taking alpha equal to beta equal to 2 so that will make it very easier. So then the equation will be x minus 2 whole square equal to 0, right? In that case your equation will be x square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. Here r equal to minus 4, s equal to 4. Substitute in this. Capital R equal to minus 4 plus 1 by 4 minus of minus 4. So this is greater than 0. So the answer should be B. But just because there is a cannot be determined, let us also do the method 2, that is the theoretical method. How do you do that? Let us first write down alpha plus beta is equal to minus r, alpha beta is equal to s, and we also know that alpha is greater than 1 and beta is greater than 1. In this case your minus r will be greater than 2, right? So r will be less than minus 2, and also alpha beta equal to s, and alpha is greater than 1, beta is greater than 1, so s will be greater than 1. Once you know that the denominator is s minus r, and we know s is greater than 1 and r is less than minus 2, so this will always be positive. Numerator is equal to r plus s plus 1. You can write this as r is alpha plus beta, s is minus of alpha plus beta, s is alpha beta, and you have plus 1. So let us factorize this. You have 1 minus alpha plus minus beta into 1 minus alpha. So you have 1 minus alpha into 1 minus beta. So now you know that alpha is greater than 1 and beta is also greater than 1. So this will be negative into negative, which will be positive. Right? So we know that numerator is positive and denominator is positive. Hence r will again be greater than 0. Let us now move to question 5. So in this case, f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are real and a is non-zero. So a is not equal to 0 and a, b, c are real. So you have f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. If f of x attains maximum at x equal to 2, so f of 2 is maximum, then the sum of the roots of f of x is equal to 0 is what? Then alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. So this is equal to what? Right? So where will maximum happen? Maximum happens when the differential of this is equal to 0. You can either remember the formula or you can quickly differentiate. 2ax plus b will be equal to 0. X equal to minus b by 2a is where your maximum or minimum happens, right? So you can either differentiate or you can just remember this formula. So if your this x equal to this is maximum, this means that you have 2 is equal to minus b by 2a. What should you find? Minus b by a. So minus b by a would then be 4. So your answer here is 4. So this brings me to the end of this practice set. In upcoming videos, we'll be looking at more practice sets from quant past CAT papers. Thank you.